All right, perfect. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen one more time. As I was saying, there's basically two things that you're gonna need. Two important things is going, number one is going to be a MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 platform. Number two is actually going to be a broker, okay? So let me type that right quick so everybody can see. All right, MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, all right? Oh, my bad. My bad. I don't know why this isn't staring quick. All right, let me just put this right here. All right, so MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. And then the next thing you're basically going to use is your broker account. All right, the broker account that we actually use is going to be Hot Forex. This is for people in the Bahamas. All right, people in the Bahamas is going to be Hot Forex. So let me just put Bahamas on the side here. Just put BS, right? And then for everybody in the US is actually going to be Hugo's Way. All right. So everybody inside of anybody outside of the Bahamas is going to be Hugo's Way. All right. So that's the broker that we're using. And then the platform, as I said, is going to be MT4 or MT5. Okay. Everybody get this so far? Everybody get you so far? Anybody confused? Yes, no, maybe? Let me know. Anybody confused? Everybody good? Okay, perfect. All right. So guys, as I said, there's going to be these apps the app that you're going to download on your phone is going to be MT4 or MT5, right? The broker that you're going to set up is a website. All right. So let me briefly go ahead and share my screen right quick. So everybody could actually see what is it that I'm talking about. All right, let me share my screen right quick. All right, perfect. So when you actually come on your phone, this is the app that you're gonna look for. All right, MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. All right. So basically, a lot of people ask, well, what is the difference between MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5? Honestly, MetaTrader 5 is just a little bit more up to date. It's more recent. MetaTrader 4 was actually the first app that was created. MetaTrader 5 is a little bit better. You know, it looks good. It feels better. Personally, for me, you know, I always recommend MetaTrader 5. But of course, I do use all two. All right, I do use all two. So I'd recommend anybody just getting started to use MetaTrader 5 because it is a new field. It's up to date and it's user friendly. All right, it's new user friendly. Okay, so when we actually download this on our phone now, right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come inside MetaTrader 5. Once we come inside MetaTrader 5, these are basically what we call currency pairs. All right, this is what we call quotes. All right, so if you look to the bottom of my screen where it has the little blue arrow to the sharp left to the bottom, it's gonna say quotes. This is where you can find your currency pairs. All right, your currency pairs are basically what you would be trading. All right, because you know people always ask, well, what do we trade, right? We trade, but what do we trade? We trade currencies. Okay, yes, we do trade cryptocurrencies, but we don't do stocks, right? People be like, well, hey, I don't like stocks, but guess what? We don't do stocks. We do cryptocurrency. We do currencies. Okay, so this is where you can actually come here to find your currency that you're gonna be trading. Okay, now let's just say you go in to take a trade idea, right? But the currency, the pair that you're going to take is not here on quotes. Right? Let's just say you do not see it on here. You would come right in a little search icon, and let's just say we type in NZD USD, right? So what we do is we go ahead, we type it in because we didn't see it. And guys, what do you think we're gonna do? What button do you think we're gonna press to add it? The little plus button, right? So we press the little plus button, boom, we add it, and automatically it's gonna be straight to the bottom. Okay, it's gonna be straight to the bottom. So anytime you add a new currency pair, it's always going to be directly to the bottom of the quote section. All right, everybody with me so far? Drop a 1 in the chat if you with me so far. Everybody with me so far? Drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, perfect, perfect. I'm seeing the ones. All right. So once we already come inside our MetaTrader, we already go ahead and we added our currency. Right now, me personally, guys, I don't have OCD. I promise you, I don't have OCD, but I like my currencies to be in order. Right. So let's just say you're someone that want to be able to have some order. Like you want to be able to have your currencies in alphabetical order. What you do is you just click this same little pencil icon to the top, and you would basically rearrange, right? You click the three lines to the right. You click the 3 lines to the right. Now you could be able to move them. All right. So all we do is we just go ahead. You say, you know what? Let me put them in alphabetical order. Now you can move them. All right. So you could have that option to put them in alphabetical order for you if you believe that, you know what, I'm that kind of person, you know, I need to have things in order. You may not be like me. That's perfectly fine. You may want to have them in chaos. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I'm just showing you how you could be able to allow these things to be easily accessible to you. Okay, so you can put them in alphabetical order. After you're done, you just click the pencil icon again, and now you basically have your quote section in alphabetical order. So if you get a trade on AUD USD, you ain't got to scroll and try find it, because you already know A is the first letter of the alphabet, so it's automatically going to be to the top. All right. Now, what I want to go through is how to necessarily take a trade, right? How to take a trade. Now, when you actually get a trade idea, right, on a regular basis, there are trade ideas sent inside of the Telegram, right? So as I said, even if you someone that just trades HFX, guys, you can literally be able to use the trade signals that are sent to the Telegram to start to make profit on FRX, right? So as I said, you could hop on a session and, you know, within an hour and you can make some money, but that's only one buy, right? You want to be able to diversify your income. So you taking a trade that was called out inside of the group is actually you being able to multiply your streams of money. Okay, so let's just say you get a trade idea that's sent out on AUD USD, right? The first thing you would do is click on the currency. Once you click on the currency pair, you're going to go ahead and select trade, right? Once you select trade, guys, you're going to see to the top where it has exchange execution, right? So there's a few types of trades that you can take. All right, there's a buy limit, there's a sell limit, there's a buy stop, sell stop, buy stop limit, and then a sell stop limit. All right, these are different things that you got to be able to know. Of course, this is within the academy, but 80 to 85 to 90% of the trades that we're going to take is all going to be market executions or exchange execution. All right, make sure you write that down. All right, make sure you write that down. More than 85 to 90% of the trades that we're going to be taking are going to be market execution trades. Okay, so you may see a trade that's called out that may probably be a buy limit. You may see a trade that's called out that may be a sell limit, but majority of the time it's going to be an instant execution, meaning that as soon as the trade is called out, you're probably getting into the trade right away. Okay, so once we actually go ahead, we select exchange execution or market execution. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our lot size. Okay, this is extremely important because once you actually get into a trade family, you cannot change this. I want you to understand. Once you get into the trade, if you use the wrong lot size to get into the trade, you cannot change it, right? Meaning if you probably use the wrong lot size to get into the trade, and it may have probably been too much when you probably only have a good amount on your account, but it probably may have been too much for that account size, you cannot get into the trade, meaning that you could potentially lose all of the money in your account or some of the money in your account because you use the wrong lot size. Okay, so what we normally say in terms of lot size is for every $100 inside of your account, you use a 0.01. All right, for every $100 in your account, you use a 0.01. So once you tap on it, you have the option to, you know, kind of move the numbers around. So you could put in a 0.10, right? You could put in a 0.10. You could put in a 1.00. But see, that doesn't necessarily apply to you if you only got $100 or less in your account. So if you got $100 or less, you're going to use a 0.01. All right, so 0.01. Now, once we already get the information that we need, we would basically put in our stop loss and we would put in our take profit, right? We would put in our stop loss and we put in our take profit. But before we continue to go through this, I got some terms I want everybody to really understand. All right, I got some forex FRX vocab I want everybody to understand. You can write these down. All right, you can write these down. All right, buy or sell. These are things that you're gonna know. These are things that you're gonna need to know, I should say, before you can take a trade. Okay, these are things you're gonna need to know before you can take a trade. So buy or sell, right? When you get a trade idea that's sent out, it's either gonna say it's gonna be a buy or it's gonna be a sell, right? Let me actually see if I can find a solid picture right quick so I could give a little example. Give me 1 second. Everybody understanding everything so far? Let me know if everybody good so far. Like, we good? Let me know if we good. Please feel free to stop me at any given time throughout this call and let me explain something. All right, if you don't understand something whilst I'm going through it, please stop me and let me know. All right, please stop me and let me know. Okay. Okay, perfect. I found one. Found one. All right, perfect. I see everybody saying we good. All right, perfect. All right. So this is basically a trade that was sent out a while back. USD CAD. All right, this is called out via swipe trades. All right, now everybody see where it says order type and then it says buy by market, right? Everybody see that? Buy by market, right? That is basically what I mean when I say buy or sell. So either the order type is either going to say it's going to be a sell, or it's going to say it's going to be a buy, or say it's going to be a buy limit, it's going to be a sell limit, all of these things. All right. So you need to make sure that you paying attention, because I had a lot of people that hit me up and they told me they kind of lost some money because they didn't look at the order type, right? So I'm gonna show everybody an example of what exactly that I mean in regards to the order type. So perfectly, let's look at this right here, right? This is a trade that was sent out for GBP USD. Now, I want everybody to look at the order type and look at the trade type. Does anybody see the difference? Anybody see the difference? Let me drop a 7 in the chat when you see the difference. Drop a 7 in the chat when you see the difference. I want to make sure everybody getting this. There you go. There you go. Sell versus limit, right? So I had some people that actually took a sell on this trade, but it was actually a sell limit, right? See, so these are things that you got to pay attention to, because yes, the order type in this case is basically a general sell. It's letting you know that you're only going to be looking for a sell. But guess what? The trade type telling you that you're going to be putting in a sell limit, right? So a sell limit is different from a sell, because a sell is when you automatically get into the trade right away. But a sell limit is more so when you set a parameter. So once the market reaches that particular point, it puts you into the trade at that point, at that time. All right. So these are the things I want everybody to kind of pay attention to. So this is what I mean when I say buy or sell, you know, sell limit, buy limit, stuff like that. Okay. So let's go back to the notes. Right. So currency pair, right? Currency pair. Let me just give an example. Example of a currency pair, GBP USD. All right. That's an example of a currency pair. All right. Example of a currency pair. Stop loss. Sometimes you may, if you see me send out a trade, it may probably say SL, right? If you see me send out a trade, it may probably be SL, right? It may probably be SL. All right. Take profit, right? Take profit is basically our target. All right. This is the level in the market that we want to be able to secure our profits at. All right. And then we got TP1, TP2, and TP3. Anybody ever saw any of these in the Telegram before? Drop a 2 in the chat if you've ever saw any of these. You ever saw any of these? Stop loss, buy, sell, take profit, TP1, TP2, stuff like that. All right. These are the terms everybody got to get familiar with, right? Because these are the information that you're going to need to know. So when you plug in, right, when you plug these things into your MetaTrader, these are the things that are going to make sense. You're going to need to understand this so you could be able to profit. Okay. So TP1, TP2, TP3, these are all targets. Okay. I got something on my computer that I want to share with everybody right quick. Give me 1 second. Let me share my computer screen. Just to also give an example of what I'm talking about. I like to give practical examples so everybody could be clear. All right. I like to give examples so everybody could really be clear on what is it that we're talking about. All right. One second. Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second, guys. Tina, you got the waiting room, right? Perfect. Appreciate you. Okay. Okay. Perfect. This is a perfect example. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen. Give me 1 sec. Sharing it right now. All right. Perfect. Can everybody see my screen? Drop a 3 in the chat if you can see my screen. Drop a 3. Drop a 3. Drop a 3. When you can see it. Only when you can see it. Drop a 3. Drop a 3. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So basically, guys, but the same thing when I was talking about TP1, TP2, TP3, stop. All right. Stop loss is basically the red line that says stop. Take profit. TP1, TP2, TP3. These are all targets inside of the market. All right. So we can see that this was a trade that was called out on GBP AUD. When was it? This was a 7 rolled in around. It actually hit, well, it already hit take profit in 1 day. All right. Hit take profit basically within about less than Wow, this is actually less than 45 minutes. All right. So guys, let's just say you took this trade, right? You're gonna get into this trade at D. I'm sure if everybody know how to use the harmonic scanner, but we're gonna get into it a little bit. All right. So when you see D is basically when you would get into the trade, right? It's telling you when to get into the trade. So you get into the trade at D and you would get in for a buy. I want everybody to write this down. All right. I'm gonna say it twice. I need everybody to write this down. How are you gonna know when to take a buy or a sell using the harmonic scanner? Okay. If the take profit where it says TP1, TP2, or TP3, if those levels or those lines are above the green line that says entry, you're gonna take a buy. I'll repeat that one more time, right? If the dotted blue lines or anything that says TP number 1, TP number 2, or TP number 3, if it's above the green line that says entry, you are going to take a buy. If the take profits are above the green line, drop it in the chat. What are we gonna do? Let me know what we're gonna do. If the take profits is above the green line, what are we going to do? Drop it in the chat for me. I'll make sure everybody getting this. Okay, perfect. I've seen everybody drop buys. All right. So guys, all we have to do is basically take a buy. We would go in our MetaTrader. All right. So we're gonna go in our MetaTrader. We're gonna select the currency pair. Anybody can tell me what currency pair we're gonna select? Let me see you paying attention. What currency pair are we going to select? Someone drop it in the chat for me. What currency pair are we going to select? GBP AUD. There we go. Right. So we select GBP AUD, right, for buy. And we basically have our stop loss. We have our take profit. All right. So normally for beginners, guys, I would normally just tell everybody to go for take profit 1 if you're just starting out, because you want to be able to just get in the habit of profiting. All right. Just get in the habit of profiting. Right? You don't want to necessarily just go all the way for TP3. If you're just starting out, if you just joined the business for less than a month or so, use take profit 1 just to get consistent profits, just to develop that habit into consistently taking these trades. Okay. So once you get into the trade, you would put in your take profit, you would put in your stop loss. And guys, all you got to do is literally set it and forget it. Right? FRX is basically called set it and forget it. Why? Because you take a trade and you leave it. You don't have to babysit your trade. With HFX, you got to physically be in the front of it, right? With DCX and FRX, you literally set it and forget it, right? So that's what we call making money in your sleep. All right, Jarino, give me 1 second. I'm gonna unmute you so you can ask your question, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. So I think I remember asking you this question before. I can't really remember, but I noticed that there are 3 take profits. Which one would we decide to take? I know you said TP1 is normally you would suggest for the beginners. What's the difference between the 3 take profits?
Okay, I love that question. Perfect question, right? So basically, every time that there's a trade idea that's sent out, there's always multiple profit levels, because at the end of the day, we have more than one area in the market where we're looking to secure profits, right? So take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3 are all just different levels within the market where you're looking to secure your profits. Okay, so meaning the higher the take profit, or the higher the take profit, the more money you make. Okay, I'm gonna explain. I got a section in the training for that. I got you. Right? But just know, the higher the profit, right? The higher the take profit, the more money you're gonna make. Okay, so if you go for take profit 1, you would only make let's just use a random example. For take profit 1, you'd make $3. For take profit 2, you'd probably make $7. For take profit 3, you may probably make $15. All right. So the higher the take profit, right, the more money you make. All right. Got you. All right. So everybody got this so far. Everybody got this so far. Everybody with me before we move on to the next section. Everybody, let me know. Let me know. Just drop a yes if we good. Drop a yes if we good. Drop a yes if we good. I need to make sure everybody good. Drop a yes if we good. All right. Perfect. 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 We got someone inside the waiting room right quick. All right, perfect. 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 Marcia says she never knew this. See, this is why we gotta hop on the trainings. Love it. So now the fact that you hop on this training, now you could be able to know exactly what we be talking about. So when you look at, see, the purpose of these trainings, so when you get in the charts, so when you're taking your trades with a different posture, because you got a different level of information. All right, you got a different level of information. So let's get back to it. All right. So the most important thing I need everybody to please write down is what I have in italics. I think that's called italics, right? So never take a trade without a TP or a SL. You never want to take a trade without a take profit or a stop loss. Please do not do this. Okay? Anybody could kind of let me know, right? You could raise your hand or let me know you want to answer and I'll unmute you, right? But why do you think it's important to never take a trade without a take profit or stop loss? Someone let me know why they feel as though it's important, right? Let me know so I can unmute you. Or just say me or something so I could unmute you, right? Let me know. Okay, I see Dwayne raised his hand. Let me go ahead and unmute you right quick. Okay, I'm gonna mute Dwayne first, and then I'm gonna come to you, Tina. All right, Dwayne, go ahead, bro.
All right, so I feel as though it's important to us, make sure you put a stop loss or a take profit, because if you don't, it automatically do it for you and may set you as the wrong stop loss or the wrong take profit.
Perfect. Okay, appreciate you, bro. Tina, go ahead, talk to me.
Pretty much what he said is stop loss. If you don't have a stop loss, that could pretty much blow your account. If the trade go in the wrong direction.
Absolutely.
Or take a reverse.
Perfect.
For take profit, basically the same. You might think you're going in for a buy, and it might head into a sell. So,
absolutely. Perfect. All right. So guys, that is absolutely both of those answers are absolutely correct. All right. Both of those answers are absolutely correct. Right. If you do not put in a take profit or if you do not put in a stop loss, family, what you do is you basically tell the markets, you know what, do what you want to do with my account. Right. That's just like saying, you know what, that's just like saying you instead of locking your car doors, you basically leave your car door unlocked. So you know whoever want to take your car, they could go and take it. Would you leave your car unlocked? Yes or no in the chat for me. Let me know if you would leave your car unlocked. Let me know. Would anybody leave their car unlocked? No, absolutely not. Right? So when you leave your car unlocked, you basically telling the thief, well, you know what? Come take my car. I don't want it. Right? So when you do not put in a take profit, when you do not put in a stop loss, this is exactly what you're doing to the market. You know what? Take my account. You know, if it go in the negative, take the whole thing. Right? See, this is why we do not just take trades, guys. We take trades with risk management. Risk management is stop loss and take profit. Okay. So if you do not put in a stop loss, just like what Tina said, the trade could absolutely go all the way in the opposite direction from what you predicted. But guess what? It would never take you out the trade because you didn't set a stop loss. Right? And then let's just say you take profit. If you do not set a take profit, guys, essentially you're telling the market, you know what? Go ahead and just leave me in profit. Right? Now, the thing is, this is what really happens sometimes when you actually don't put in a take profit, right? The market could be all the way in profit, you know, like you could really be in profit on the trade, but you know what happens? The trade gets all the way in profit, but because you don't have a take profit, the trade may reverse in the opposite direction and now you go out of profit, right? And now guess what? Because you probably didn't have a stop loss or a take profit, you was in profit, but now you lose in profit because you have nothing. Right? So always remember, anytime you feel like you're going to take a trade without putting in a take profit or stop loss, ask yourself this one question. Would you leave your car door unlocked before you go to bed? No, you got to protect your assets. Your trading account is your asset. Your account, your balance, that's your asset, right? You got to protect it by putting in a parameter, which is a take profit or stop loss. Okay. Now I want to be able to give an example. Because I know Jarino asked that question. This is more so referring to that. Okay. Let's just say target one, which is take profit one, right, is 10 pips. I'm gonna show everybody how to calculate how much money you're gonna make. Okay. I'm not sure if everybody know how to do this, so we're gonna go through this tonight. All right. How to calculate how much money you're going to make on a trade. All right. So let's just say target one or take profit one was essentially 10 pips. All right. And your lot size was, you basically would multiply your lot size. So let's just say if you're using a 0.01, right? Because you probably got $100 or less in your account, right? Let's just say you're using a 0.01, right? If you're using a 0.01 family, you would multiply that 0.01 lot size times 10, right? You would multiply that times 10, right? Which would give you 0.10 cents per pip. What you want to do is calculate how much money would you make per pip in the market. Right? So your lot size times 10 is always going to give you how much money you're going to make per pip inside of the market. Okay? Always remember that. Now, let's just say you want to find out how much profit you're going to make based on the amount of pips that you're going for. right? You would multiply that 10, let's just say just like we said, target 1 is 10 pips, right? So if your take profit 1 is 10 pips, you already know that you're going to make 10 cents per every time that the market moves, right? So you would basically make $1 profit in 10 pips on a 0.01. Does everybody get that, or I need to explain it one more time? Just say one more time if I need to explain it one more time, or just say we good. All right, just say we good, or just say one more time. Let me know. All right, let me know if we good. One more time. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's just break this down slowly. All right, take profit 1. Think about the harmonic scanner. TP1 is 10 pips, right? If you do not know what is pips, pips is basically the unit of measurement that we use to measure the market movements. So if just like how you would get a ruler and you would measure to see if this is XYZ inches or XYZ centimeters, that's what you would use to measure your trade, okay? 10 pips, okay? So what you want to do is calculate how much money would you make per pip? How much money would you make in a 10 pip move? So let's just say you took a trade on the take profit was 10 pips. You want to know how much money would you basically be making in that 10 pips. So you would automatically find out your lot size, right? Remember when we actually talk about our lot size, you go inside MetaTrader. This is the lot size, 0.01, right? So we take that CM lot size, right? We take that CM lot size and we multiply that times 10, all right? So if you writing this down, write it down so you could physically see it. All right, write it down so you could physically see it. All right, Tina, I think we got someone inside the waiting room. You could let them in, please. All right, so take profit 1, 10 pips, 0.01, which is the lot size. You multiply it times 10 to find out how much money would you make per pip. That's the first thing you want to find out. How much money would I make per pip? 0.01, which is the lot size, times 10, meaning that every time the market moves up or down, you're going to make 10 cents. Okay, on a 0.01, you're gonna make 10 cents. Everybody get that? Drop a 3 in the chat if you get that. Drop a 3 in the chat if you get that. If you get that so far, drop a 3 in the chat. Everybody get me so far? Just drop a 3 in the chat if you get that so far. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I'm seeing the 3s. All right. So the next thing we want to do after we find out how much money will we make per pip, let's find out how much money in total would we actually make on that trade, right? Because our take profit is basically 10 pips. So how much money in total would we make? So we already know we going for 10 pips. So 10 pips is basically going to be our target. Let me highlight it so everybody can see. Right here. 10 pips is basically going to be our target. Okay, so our target is 10 pips. And we already know every time that market moves within that 10 pips, we're going to make 10 cents. So we multiply 10, which is 10 pips, times 0.10, which is the amount of money we would make in that trade, to find out we would get $1 profit on a 10 pip take profit. Everybody got that? Drop a 4 if we got it. If we got it, drop a 4. Drop a 4 if we got it. If you don't got it, we're gonna do another example anyway. All right, drop a 4 if you got it. I want to make sure everybody got it. We got what 15 people on this call, 14 people on the call. All right, I'm gonna make sure everybody getting this. Drop a 4 if we got it. I only seeing 3 people dropping a 4. All right, drop a 4 if we got it. Like if we got it, let me know. If we got it, let me know. Okay, so the next example we're gonna go to, right? Let's just say the lot size. Let's just say the lot size that we're using now is a 0.05, right? Let's just say the okay, Torino, give me 1 second. Let me explain this first, and then I'm answer your question. Okay, so 0.05, right, is the lot size that we're gonna be using, right? Just an example. 0.05 is the lot size that we're gonna be using. Okay, so if the lot size is 0.05, the first thing we do is multiply by what? Drop it in the chat. The first thing we want to do is multiply by what? We multiply the lot size by what? 10. There you go, right? We multiply the lot size by 10. So the 0.05 is the lot size. We multiply the lot size times 10, which is going to give us 50 cents per pip in the market. So every time the market either, because think about it, guys, the market fluctuates up and down. So every time the market either goes up or down, you would either gain 50 cents or you would lose 50 cents. That's what I'm talking about when we say the total cents per pip. Okay, so when you see the numbers just going up and down, right, it's basically telling you that that's the amount of money you would be making per pip. Okay, now what we do is we already figured out that we'd be making 50 cents per pip. So now what we want to do is find out how much profit we're gonna make. How much money profit we gonna make? So we multiply 10 pips by 0.50. It's going to give us $5 profit. Drop a yes if you understand that. Drop a yes if you understand that. Torino, I'm mute you so I could go ahead and let you ask your question. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. So I saw like I used the first example of the lot size and the pips, right? So my question is, how much is coming out of your account towards that trade to gain how much profit that you get?
More so the stop loss.
So the stop loss would be 10 cents.
You mean you're asking me the risk, or you're asking me how much will be coming out of your account?
Well, the risk.
Okay, because with that's a very important question. I'm glad you asked that question. With FRX, the money doesn't like when you take a trade on HFX. Let me start sharing my screen for a minute, right? When you take a trade on HFX, right? When you take a trade on HFX, you automatically come out of the trade. Like the money, not automatically come out of the trade. The money automatically comes out of your account. Everybody familiar with what I'm talking about, right? Any like all my HFX traders on the call, y'all let me know. Like anytime you take a trade on HFX, the money automatically comes out of your account when you take the trade, correct? Perfect. FRX does not work that way, right? The only way you would lose money on that trade is if the trade hits stop loss, right? So once you get into the trade, the only way you come out of the trade is if the trade hits stop loss or if it hits take profit. All right. And I think that's something that you got to write down as well. Right? With FRX, the trade, you only come out of the trade when it hits stop loss or when it hit take profit. Okay? You only come out when it hits stop loss or when it hit take profit. Okay? So that's why I say set it and forget it. Once you put in the numbers, once you copy and paste the take profit, the stop loss, you ain't got to do nothing because the market gonna automatically do the rest. That's why it's so important to have these numbers inside of your phone, paste it, because guess what? If you don't paste it, then you don't know when to come out of the trade. Okay? So when you actually take a trade using FRX, you're going to put in your take profit, you're going to put in your stop loss, and that is going to be your parameter to know when you come out of the trade. So think about, let me kind of relate it to HFX for a minute, right? Just like how in HFX, you would set a time frame as to when you want to come out of the trade, you setting a time frame is you setting a take profit or a stop loss. So think about it. You would never take a trade on HFX without setting the amount of time you want to be into the trade, correct? Everybody understand it so far? Torino, is this answering your question, bro? Like, is this kind of understanding for you? Are you good? Let me know if you're good.
Yes, sir.
You getting it?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Right. So when you take a trade on FRX, it's not like HFX where you place the trade. So let's just say you basically have a trade, you're taking a $10 trade. When you place that $10 trade, $10 is automatically removed from your balance. That's not how it works with FRX, right? The only way you lose money in the trade is when the trade hits stop loss or when it actually hits take profit. Okay. So I'm gonna do an example of that so everybody can see right quick. All right. I'm gonna do an example of that so everybody can see what I'm talking about. All right. I just started off a brand new account on MT4. Just started off a brand new account on MT4. Right. So I started off this account with about $31. Right. Started off this account with about $31. Let me show everybody the history. Right, I ain't capping. You can see where it says the balance $31.47. Right, started off this account, and essentially, I took two trades. I took about 4 trades on account so far: USD CAD, another trade on USD CAD, Euro USD, and NZD USD. Now, if I want everybody to look to the left, where it has these little red, it's like this red line, and then this green line, and then this red line. Everybody see that? Let me know if you see that. Red line, green line, red line. Everybody see that? Perfect, right? So what that means, that's what you want to see inside of your MetaTrader, right? When you see that, that is basically letting you know if the trade either hit stop loss or if it hit take profit, okay? So if we look at this trade right now, we could see that 3 of the trades that I took hit stop loss, right? 3 of the trades that I took hit stop loss. 1 of the trades hit take profit, which is the green. So the green is basically telling you that you're coming out of the trade with profit. The red is telling you that you come out of the trade with a loss. Okay, so we could see that the first loss we had was 80 cents. The second loss we had was $1.35. The third loss we had was $1, and then the profit that we had was $2.93. Okay, it was $2.93. Now, guys, think about it. Right now, I'm inside of this trade, and I'm up essentially $8.39. Right? So if you look where it says balance, the balance is $30.95. But you see where it says equity, the equity says $39.16, right? Meaning because I'm in this trade and I'm profiting $8.41 right now, this basically is adding the balance to my account to show me if I would have closed this trade, this is the balance that I would have in my account. Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand that? Drop a yes if we good. Everybody understand that? If you understand that, please drop a yes. If you understand that, please drop a yes. Let me know. Okay, perfect. Okay, so when we actually go ahead and we get into a trade, guys, you don't have to do anything but just set the number. See, guys, if we look at it, you could see where it has SL. Look right under the trade. You see where it says SL TP. That is the take profit, the stop loss. You set it, guys, and you set it and you leave it. The market automatically does the rest for you. Let's look at this one. Take profit, stop loss. Set it, leave it. Okay, perfect. Let's look at the next one. Take profit, stop loss. Set it, forget it, leave it. The market automatically did it. Take profit, stop loss. The market automatically do what it's gonna do. You don't have to do anything. Okay. So once the market reaches this particular level, this trade here, I already closed off this trade in profit. My stop loss is 50 pips in profit. So even if the market reversed on me, I still coming out of the trade with 50 pips. Now this is a little bit advanced. I'm gonna get into it a little bit later. Okay, we can probably do that on the next training on Thursday, right? But basically, this is right now is what you call a floating take profit, right? A floating take profit. Now I've already secured the money on this trade because my stop loss is basically 50 pips in profit, right? My stop loss is already securing me 50 pips. So even if I lose, even if this trade reverses on me, I'm still gonna come out of the trade in profit. All right. Now, as I said, that example, I'm gonna do that on the next training because this is a basic training right now. I don't want to get into that and confuse anybody. Okay, but everybody understand everything that I just said so far. Everybody understand everything that we talked about so far. Let me know. Everybody understand everything so far? Okay, perfect. Let's move on. Let's move on. I got an example for everybody. All right, I got an example for everybody. All right, so this is an example. I want everybody to really go ahead and do some calculations, right? Let's see if everybody understands. Okay, so this is the example, right? The target, which is the take profit, is basically 30 pips, right? The lot size that we're gonna be using is a 0.08. Okay, a 0.08. Now, what I want everybody to do is calculate how much profit will we be making on this trade and how much money will we be, well, basically tell me how much profit will we be making on this trade. How much profit will we be making on this trade? I want everybody to do it. Once you get the number, drop it in the chat for me. All right, let's see if everybody understands. And even if you probably don't understand, still attempt to get the answer. You never know, you may shock yourself. All right? You may shock yourself. Once you get the answer, I want you to drop it in the chat for me. I see Jarino says $2.40. I see Tina says $2.50. I see Tina says 40. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? We got 14 people on this call, $2.40. We got 14 people on the call, only three persons on to me so far. I see in $2.40. Anybody else? Okay. All right. Now let's kind of break it down. Remember, we always let's look at the example above. We always multiply the lot size times 0.10. So the first thing would be to multiply 0.01, right? The 0.08 times 10, right? 0.08 times 10. Once we already multiply 0.08 times 10, it would give us 80 cents per pip, right? 80 cents per pip. Does everybody see that so far, right? So once we already find out that it's 80 cents per pip, what we would do is we would multiply 30 pips times 0.80, which would give us $24. Now, I'm not sure how some of you got $2.40. You probably did a miscalculation with a zero. You probably missed out a zero, but the answer is $24 profit, okay? Because let's look at it. Let's look at it again, right? We always multiply the lot size times 0.10. 0.08 times 10 is 80 cents per pip, right? 30 pips, which is the target, right? The target is 30 pips. 30 pips times 0.80 is $24 profit. Okay, it's $24 profit. Everybody get that? Forgot to move the decimal. Okay, perfect. All right, let's not forget to move that decimal inside the trading account. Let's not forget to move that, because once you get into the trade, guys, you essentially you're ready in the trade. Okay, you're ready in the trade. All right, but that is basically everything for tonight's call, guys. I mean, we basically was on here for about 45 minutes, roughly about 50 minutes or so. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the floor open for about questions. Anybody got any questions about anything that we went over? If you got any questions about anything, go ahead and mute your mic. Let me know, about anything or something that you want to be able to get some clarification on. You can raise your hand and I'll go.